Good morning, everyone. You're all really welcome to the ESB Free Electrons pitch-off.
So the actual program, in the morning, there will be the 12 startups facing off against each other in pairs. You, as an audience, will be selecting who will be the winner of each pair. So there will be 6 pairs competing. We have 6 winners continuing into the afternoon. 1 wildcard will be added at random. And from those 7, there will be additional pitches, some Q&A with the jury, and the jury will make the ultimate selection of who the winner is.
And our last 2 before lunch.
I guess you know who you are, but I got to give you the order here. All right.
I think one of them is Irish, so.
Startup A, Climate. And Startup B, Aperio. Thanks, Derek. Okay, so now, last but certainly not least, we have Michael from Aperio out of Israel.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Michael. I'm CEO for Aperio, co-founder. And we've built a lie detector for machines. Now, why did we do that? So there are 2 main changes going on today in the world that weren't this neat. The first one is digitalization. We're measuring today everything around us. I'm talking about physical stuff like pressure in a pipe, temperature of your house. You want to do smart meters, you need to measure physical stuff. You want to do predictive maintenance, physical measurements, adaptive power rates, etc., etc. Smart climate, that's the same. And this is everywhere, right? We all heard about the explosion of IoT. It's rising exponentially, both in the industrial world and the personal use world. The other change, which worries me much more, is a little story that happened 3 days ago. Perhaps you heard of it. Yet another wave of ransomware hit many companies around the world, in Europe mainly. Small companies like Maersk, the shipping company, got brought down. And my personal favorite, the Chernobyl radiation monitoring, you know, like the famous nuclear explosion, perhaps you heard of it. So the monitoring systems went down because they were infected. So I've been in this industry for quite some time, and that's kind of scary, okay, even on my scale. And this is where we come in. So what does Aperio do? So our core technology, patent pending, et cetera, is fingerprinting physical signals. We understand how they should look like when they're transmitted to us. And that way, we can detect both data forgery and sensor malfunctions. What that means is that it doesn't matter what's going on, whether your sensor is breaking down or you're being hacked by remote people or by insider threats, you will be able to sustain state awareness. You know what's going on with your equipment, whether in the plant or remotely, no matter what happens. We do is completely non-intrusive, no headache for your operators, very low TCO. We plug in only to existing data collection and storage systems, and we do the monitoring. So very easy to pilot, very easy to deploy. Our team, very highly skilled and very multidisciplinary. You can see on the right the beach, so you should come visit our offices. Okay, we promise coffee and a good view. But very multidisciplinary, because we need experts in engineering, in physics, in dynamical systems, but of course also in software engineering, and most importantly, cybersecurity experts. Most of the guys have background in the Israeli military intelligence, but also companies like Checkpoint, CloudLock, etc. That's the button. Today we're working with small companies, perhaps you've heard of some of them, okay? And more importantly, the partners and platforms that we're working with. These are the existing systems you already have in your plants. We integrate with that. We don't deploy anything new. As I said, very simple. We just got last month certification with OSIsoft. We're now the official partner. They're the prominent, the market leader for these data storage and aggregation systems. So that's good for us. We won a bunch of awards. This month, we got Gartner's Cool Vendor Award, and also from the International Society of Automation, Prize for Technical Innovation. So just to wrap up, Our approach is very unique. We combine physical understanding to provide cybersecurity value and data quality. We have a wide range of IoT usage, even though we currently specialize in power generation transmission facilities. And our vision, which will eventually happen, is Aperio Inside. Every sensor in the world that transmits physical data will be verified by Aperio's algorithms before it's used by other platforms. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Michael. Okay, last round of voting. Let's see 100% this time. We've got Startup A, which was, actually I forgot now.
Derek.
Climate. Startup B, Aperio. Okay, let's get those numbers up. Whoa.
Oh!
Whoa. Okay. By let's go. Is this final?
Wow.
Okay, so I think we're at the final results now. Yeah? 91%.
Still 9% to go.
That percentage keeps changing. 91%.
Do we want to?
91%. Okay, so I believe this is final now. Yes. Okay, so it looks like Climo has it by a hair.
Anyway, then there were 7. So we have our 6 winners, and also this afternoon we're going to bring back a wild card. We'll hear about that in a moment. One of our pitches who made it into the final in the afternoon. Gina, we had 6 winners in the early round. We have a 7th wild card that did well enough, in your sense, to go into the afternoon. Who's the wild card, and why did you choose them?
The wild card is Aperio.
Aperio.
Yeah.
Well done.
It's not just because the audience also felt that it was, very close, but we kind of polled amongst us. We had almost every company that wasn't selected on our list. Somebody proposed, oh, they should come back, but we quickly polled and we came to the majority rules, and Aperio's back. Okay,
so last but certainly not least, welcome back to the stage, Michael from Aperio. Michael, in fact, I'll give you this microphone here. Well done.
Thank you. Hello. I'm Michael from Aperio. We're the lie detector for machines, and we're back from the dead. So seriously though, the whole premise of our approach and product is that we're riding the explosion of IoT devices, both for industrial automation and personal usage, that brings with it an explosion of sensor data, physical measurements, etc. And we're exactly in the right position, in a unique angle, to ride that wave. It's already today hundreds of billions of dollars market. We just need to capture a small part of it. It will be happy. We have a very deeply technological product, and we have the correct technological team to make it happen, to make it work well. We are actually now closing an investment round, hopefully next month, which is technically oversubscribed, but we're delaying it a little bit to get more, let's say, smart money on board. Some of the utilities here hopefully will join, and that's it. That's Aperio.
You didn't give us much insight on your financials. So revenue, you didn't give us much insight on your financials. So where are you as far as commercial traction, revenues?
So we're a classical seed stage company. We have paid pilots. They're paid, but they're pilots. Basically, the way we think about it is you do a pilot with a company like EDP, that is currently happening. If they like you, they install you in one plant. If they like you working there, they install you basically everywhere. And the upscale there is much easier, right? Basically, like the same situation we have with Enel and others. The Israeli power plant, power company is the same situation. So basically, since we need about between 10 and 15 plants to break even, that's, you know, if we do well only at EDP, we're already good, right? So no pressure, Luis, but just saying, you know.
You're talking about the project on the Internet of Things, and we happen to be in an energy forum at the moment. Are you targeting other verticals?
I apologize, can you repeat the question?
Are you targeting other markets other than energy with your technology?
That's an important point. So the technology is good for any physical sensing, okay? From a smart car, smart home, smart manufacturing facility, or even dumb manufacturing facility, actually. We're focusing on power generation and transmission currently, mostly from a product aspect. We have proof of concepts with other technologies, specifically with mining operation and gas transportation companies. But basically, because we're a small team, you have to focus. The technology will work. We just need more money to scale and sell to other people.
Okay, just one other question as well. So it's basically a data play. You're handling data and analyzing data. Does the data have to leave the jurisdiction that it's generated in for processing, or does it stay?
Not at all. So we don't care. We're a purely software solution. Some of our customers deploy it basically as a Linux box, as a server on-premise. It's their data, it's their network. We don't have to connect. Other customer, at least one, deployed it on their virtual private cloud, which is also good for us. For us, it's the same. So if you have data issues, it's yours, it's on-premise. If you don't mind and you want a discount, put it on a cloud. It's better for us. Yeah.
So if I understand your technology correctly, you're using the fact that physical sensing always has noise and all kinds of things in it that are sort of a signature, if you want, of the sensor, right? So that's how I understand it. So if that signature changes, something is odd. Now, but that needs to happen before the signal gets digitalized, if I understand it correctly. So don't you have to be sort of right at the face of the sensor? And then how does that work from an implementation and using third-party sensors point of view?
Okay, I love this question. We get that sometimes because basically, well, dude, what you're telling me shouldn't be possible. Like, what's the magic? Okay, so yes, actually, we look at the information way after it's digitalized, way after, and we see the same forged information as the operator. So what's the magic? That's basically the core. Like 90% of our effort is how to do this with fluctuations that go after digitalization. You still have a lot of we call redundant information within the slight variations of the reading that you have like every second. Okay, so you don't have to have the analog. Signal, like you don't have a cable there, because that would be impractical. Like no one will actually let us deploy, that's not realistic. So we had to learn how to do the statistics and the feature extraction and the signal analysis on the digitalized information. There's no other way. Yeah. Okay?
Thank you. So that's it. Last act is to invite Gina to come to the stage. Maybe bring your microphone if you wouldn't mind, Gina. We can chat to you maybe just after. I wish we had an envelope. Do we have an envelope? No. We should have a big one of those envelopes where we all screw it up like the last Oscars, and give the award to a utility. So I'm just going to let you tell us the name, the who, and the why of the winner of today's. Yeah, well, I'll let you be creative.
Well, first of all, I think that we had a really interesting discussion, and we want to discuss every single one of the companies. But there was one winner that, because of the reasons I'll mention later, came up on top, and I think it was pretty unanimous, and that is our wild card, Aperio.
Give him the trophy and the better.
Congratulations. Can I just get that microphone back if you wouldn't mind, because I would love to hear Gina's reasons why Michael and the company were so outstanding.
Yeah, I think I started talking about it earlier. It's a sector which we believe it's not yet clear who's going to be the winner, and we believe that there's going to be multiple winners. There's not just one cybersecurity solution. We believe that a lot of these technologies that are coming out today are going to be complementary. So we think that it's a huge market. We think there's a lot of space, and there's no strong incumbents. So it's, you know, easier, if you like, than in some other sectors for a startup to be able to get some traction. And you're going to be taken immediately international, and also we think applicability for other sectors. Of course, the energy sector is important, but there's a lot of other sectors as well. So we're not concerned about margins or, you know, business model in that sense. So there are a lot of good reasons, because you're in the right sector is one of them. But congratulations to you. Congratulations.
Again, the wild card. Go ahead, please.
So, guys,
for a photo call, but you have
it's
your moment in the
one
sun.
second. Yeah. So first of all, thank you very much to all the judges. But a different aspect. So we, with the 12 startups, we talked about it yesterday and today, and we decided between ourselves to take the money and donate it or invest it somehow, basically into the causes, back into the causes of Free Electrons program as a whole. We decided it's before we know who win. So, to be honest, we're not exactly sure what we're going to do with that. But for now, Guinness. So, yeah. So.
Thank you. Well done, man. Well, congratulations. So that's about all we have time for. Just one more thing to say. On my behalf, I just want to say to the startups, that gesture says, I think, all you have to say about this group of 12. So just what an incredible expression of the solidarity and the bonds that have been formed by this group. I think just finally, I would say, I know you guys made it look easy today, the 12 of you, and I know how difficult. I know the sleepless nights, I know the early calls in the morning, I know the daily kick in the head that you have to get through to get here. If I can just ask you for one thing, is take the spirit here, bring it with you. And on those moments, and there will be many more on the journey you're about to take, remember this, you deserve it. So thank you, that's all I have to say.